Starting over at over 50 isn't what people imagine it to be. And in today's video, I'm going to share what it's like starting over at this stage in life, not from a perspective of having done it and overcome the challenges, but what it's really like to live it while I am living in it. Hello, I'm Shirley, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, my beautiful friends. Right now, my life is quieter than I expected. I'm at home most days, money's tight, and my world feels smaller than it used to be. But I know that I have to see this not as a stopover before life starts again. I have to see this from a different perspective. If you've been watching my videos from last year, I'll have to be honest, and you probably know it now, that it hasn't really changed much from what it was. But I'm finding that the more I'm doing my morning pages practice, and most mornings I stay in bed and meditate, and I can stay there for quite a while, but there are some days when I'm still waking up and I'm distracted and I'm going into worries, and that's where I'll just get up and go and make my coffee. In comparison, I used to wake up anxious. I'd worry about money. I'd worry that, was I doing enough, being enough? And that would set the tone of the day. But now I can catch it faster. I can stop and redirect my thoughts to something positive. And I won't always get it right the first time, but now I know that I can improve my thoughts and my life better than when I used to let my worries get away from me. Starting over at midlife doesn't always look dramatic. It did at the beginning because it was just major change, but now really life is pretty ordinary. And it's all about keeping simple routines like making coffee, being able to journal or meditate, or just to take some time and space to be with my thoughts.
When you're living alone and money is tight, it's easy to cut everything back and tell yourself you'll enjoy things later. When things look different, but I've learned I can't do that. For me, a good cup of coffee is important in the morning. It sounds small, but it matters. It lifts my mood and helps me start the day feeling a bit more like myself. It's something I always make sure I have. I budget for it, even when money is tight. Because when your world is small, those small things carry more weight.
One of the other important things is that I'm not deserting myself, or I'm not abandoning myself energetically just because life isn't how I'd like it to be, or life isn't the ideal situation I'd like it to be right now. And living in a house share also means giving up those small freedoms that you get when you are living on your own, like having to clear up my morning coffee stuff and put it away instead of having the luxury of leaving it in the sink.
Not having full control over noise, space, routines, or even when the kitchen feels calm. That loss of autonomy is real. It affects how settled you feel in your own body, not just your day-to-day comfort. I notice it most in the small things. Waiting my turn, holding back, staying quiet when I'd rather spread out. I'm trying not to fight that reality all the time, just acknowledging it instead of pretending it doesn't matter.
And those are the things that I really miss about not living on my own. And I do work on my videos most days, so whether it's creating ideas of what videos to make, recording them like I am in the rain, or editing, but I'm not really putting as much pressure on myself anymore. And some days it works better than other days, and there will be days where I panic and think, right, I need to get a video out. But that's just life. Living on my own with very little money still scares me, and that hasn't gone away.
Some days it's harder than others. It shows up when I look at my bank balance, when I think too far ahead, or when something unexpected comes up and I don't know how I'll cover it. There are moments when that fear tightens my chest, and I have to consciously slow myself down, remind myself that today is manageable, even if the future feels uncertain.
The difference is that I'm not letting fear rule my day anymore. I'm having a more relaxed perspective about it. Progress isn't about the dramatic changes or having lots of money. It's more about keeping myself steady emotionally.
That means focusing on what I can actually do today, keeping some structure, taking care of small responsibilities, and not letting my thoughts run too far ahead. Some days, holding steady looks like doing very little on the outside, resting, not forcing decisions, and letting the day be enough. Other days, it's choosing not to spiral when things feel uncertain, bringing myself back to the present again and again. It's not exciting progress, and it doesn't make for a dramatic story, but it feels more sustainable for where I am now.
So this channel isn't about dramatic change or big transformations. It's about showing what rebuilding actually looks like when it's slow, messy, and unfinished. And I'm showing this because this is what it looks like while I'm living it.